Hey, what is up guys? Gunther here, welcome back to another Brave 9 video. Okay, so let's talk about Jin, Gunther, and Kaylin's rework alongside with Deka as well, of course, not to forget about him. I did this earlier today in the live stream, so some of you guys might have missed it. So I'm going to try to basically bring into the conversation, alright? So whatever that I mentioned during the live stream, hopefully this will give you guys an idea. Who should you prioritize on building? Like if you can only build one, etc. So yeah, let's jump into it. Okay, let's have a look at Gunther first. Okay, what is Gunther all about? Descending Fire Dragon. Stats enhancement. 4 turns. Boost attack in proportion to the number of applied buff skill types. Attack plus 30%. Wait. Boost attack in proportion to the number. Okay. Boost crit rate in proportion to the number of applied buff skill types. Boost crit damage in proportion to the... Okay. Does it mean like more buffs? Means he will get more of this? Okay, very cool. DOT. Attack every turn times crit damage. Times 15% burn damage. They changed the icon, I like it. Incineration. Okay, when crit hit occurs. When crit hit occurs, deals additional damage to the enemy if normal attack is a critical hit. Okay, so deals fixed damage. Wow, fixed damage to the enemy if normal attack is not critical hit. So you don't want him to crit. You purposely don't want your Gunther to crit. You want to take all the crit rate out from him. How do you do that though? That's quite hard. Rafitia. Okay, stat enhancement before battle. Crit damage plus 50%. I like it. Okay, let's have a look at plus 12. Wow! Wow! X-Tal, super huge big X-Tal. Wow, very broken. Wow, this is actually really good. You guys think you're safe from Gunther? You guys think, oh, I'm gonna use middle empty formation. I'm gonna put no one in the middle. I'm gonna be like Gunther. I'm gonna do this in Arena. Middle is always empty. Get lost, man. Middle is always empty like this. No one can hit me. No Gunther can hit me. Now what? Huh? Now Gunther can blam. You have quadruple people dead. But that's at plus 12. That's at plus 12. It's quite hard to reach plus 12. 4 turns only. Why is it only 4 turns? After normal attack, you get this amount. Okay. Attack every turn times crit damage times 35%. Incoming damage boost plus 95%. Okay, this is going to be good on Ogdod or some world boss or maybe some of the Gate of Chaos bosses as well. Now you have 95% of this. Pretty cool. Deals additional damage based on the skill type applied to the enemy. Numbers of enemies DOT skill type. The number of enemies DOT skill type times attack times crit damage. What? That's a lot, man. Times attack and times crit damage? That is double the multiply. How is this fair? What? Everyone only times something. You can either choose one. You either choose attack or crit damage. This one is times attack and times crit damage and times 250% additional damage. Like what? Nice cheat code right there. Nice cheat code. So this one will increase. Attack times crit damage times 50%. 100%. Okay, plus 15. Crit damage plus 50%. Crit rate minus 3000%. Pork. That's why you want him to not crit. Okay, that makes sense. You want him to not crit so that he can actually deal fixed damage. Fixed damage all the time. So just go pure assault on him. Just go full assault. Do you go full assault though? Because a lot of his modifiers needs crit damage as well. Even this one? Attack times crit damage. Okay, you don't want crit rate, but you want crit damage somehow. You want maybe 1 assault and 1 rage. Because look at this. Times attack times crit damage, right? So you still have to... Yeah. But is he useful at non plus 15 though? Because I'm trying to look at his stat. So right now, he has 30% crit rate, right? Which is quite low, relatively low. So even if you don't use... Let's say if you don't use... you ideally don't want him to crit. That's the whole point. You want to not use crit at all. Make sure he doesn't crit during his battle. So that he can basically deal the fixed damage. Hopefully. I mean, even if he deals additional damage, this one is still fine, I think. Right? But deals fixed additional damage The problem is if you use Refi's range is so huge, and Refi is going to give him the crit rate, so that's going to screw up unless you have a plus 15. And Gunther is not something that most players have plus 15 because number one, he's like very exclusive to mileage, and I don't think many players have him somewhat enough duplicates to be able to build him up easily compared to Jhin and Kaylin. So I think he's going to be a really expensive unit based on what I see, and I'm not sure if he's worth it in a way because you really need plus 15. Okay, number one, his biggest weakness is I don't see him having any defensive abilities, right? So whoever that he hits, he's most likely going to die to. If they have some sort of reflective counter either from Rafitia or from Seto, like he's going to die to them. Unless you're willing to buff Gunther up with Veronia to give this guy 100% defense. In most cases, he's just going to die. He's going to jump in and he's going to die. So it's either how many units he can hit, right, at that point. So if you use Veronia to Gunther, that's one way. You can use Hephaestus, you can use Veronia. The problem is, you need plus 15. That's the problem. Even if you have Hephaestus or Veronia, because those two, maybe Hephaestus makes more sense. Hephaestus doesn't give crit rate, right, as far as I know. Veronia gives crit rate, so he's gonna crit. So that's the problem. You don't want him to crit. So very complicated. Unless you can plus 15 him, it's gonna be real difficult. Getting companions is fine, right? But the problem is getting these soul gears. You want to plus 15 him, and I think most players won't build him, in my opinion. Because if his requirement is quite high, I mean, you guys have to know, alright, we just have the Conquest, not Conquest, we just have Gate of Chaos recently. And in Gate of Chaos, we have Susaira, right? If you think about it, in a way, Susaira might be better than him. Susaira is almost free to everyone, alright? If you've been playing the game diligently trying to do your Gate of Chaos, Susaira is almost free. You can at least get at least one Susaira. You can easily plus 12 Susaira compared to Gunther, which you need plus 15. Do you build a Gunther though? Building Susaira makes much more sense. She can do almost everything that Gunther can, and at least she has some sort of survivability. But I can see this being really tempting, alright, this range and stuff. It looks really good. It looks insane. And if you talk about PvE contents, this can be used in a variety of different ways, for sure. Alright, in Gate of Chaos and stuff. This is something that no other units have yet, except for Victor, right? So yeah, this is something that's really unique to Gunther alone. But I feel like he's a very expensive one. If you want to build him, like, think properly, do you really need him though? Because at the end of the day, he doesn't seem that OP or broken in any sense. He's strong, definitely stronger than before. But yeah, let's make a comparison between him and Jhin. We're gonna have a look. Alright, Jhin. A lot of players have been saying that Jhin can counter a lot of units now. Okay, so we have this permanent Gale Sword. Applies return effect upon enemy's normal attack. Return effect, this is something very unique to him. Okay, so return effect, basically Jhin makes attackers additional damage target the attacker. So what he does is, he doesn't really reflect using his own attack, he reflects using the enemy's attack. So in a way, it's good. It's strong against a lot of units. I can see this being strong versus Alec. Just a quick warning to you guys. If you guys have been building Alec, stop it right now. Don't build Alec anymore. Because Jhin is going to destroy Alec formation and Alec users in general. And I do think that if it is what it is, okay, Jhin is going to destroy Livia as well. So in a way, Jhin is just going to Alec that again. Alright, crit damage before battle times 10% crit rate boost. Immune to stats weakening skill type, okay. Deals additional damage to the enemy. Okay, let's move up a little bit to plus 15, alright. We're just gonna have a see. So, if you look at plus 15, okay, so applies return effect upon enemy's normal attack. So boost defense. Crit damage before battle times 18% boost defense. Now this is a new thing right now. I have never seen this before, okay. Before this we have Vals and Anastasia, which have crit damage, increase their attack and crit rate. But this time we have crit damage increases defense. So you just go full on rage runes on him and he will have almost 100% defense, I think. And then Jhin's... Okay, now he can counter 5 times. I think that's specifically to counter Christina and any other multi-hit units. So Jhin makes attackers additional damage to target the attacker. So keep in mind, some unit has high normal damage Okay, normal attack will not go through because he has 100% defense. Okay, so this one basically gives him more crit damage before battle, crit damage before battle, crit rate boost, attack boost. So you definitely want to go Rage Runes for sure. Rage Runes is going to increase his crit rate, Rage Runes is going to increase his attack, Rage Runes is going to increase his defense. Crit damage all the way, full on Rage Runes. So incoming damage minus 50%. And this is when he attacks, deals additional damage to the enemy. Attack times 350% additional damage. So applies boost defense by 95% before normal attack. So this means that he will not die. He will not die to regular counter. He will still die to fixed counter. Receiving multiple attacks from multi-hit, attack will not reapply return effects. Okay, there's that. But yeah, so far Jin seems really solid. Okay, before Jin was released, I was worried, like, we already have Larkis, right? And we already have Seto, counter-wise. So how will they make Jin different? I was hoping that he would be different from Larkis and Seto, not better or similar to one of them. So I think this is a very good answer. I think Jin is gonna be quite weak against defenders. Because if Lucius hits him, he doesn't reflect much. If Benshina hits him, I don't think it will be enough to kill. So it's gonna be more of countering warriors. We're gonna try it out later because I do have a Jin +0. I don't think Jin countering Livia is as big of a deal as most players have made it out to be because Seto is everywhere already right now. Maybe it's like much more of a budget option. Okay, let's have a look at who's the other one. Jin, Gunther, Kaylin. What is Kaylin all about? Okay, still the same. Okay, I remember these two being there. Reduce enemies attack to 1 tile. This one cannot be removed. Kaylin receives direct additional damage when attacked by an enemy who has combat stigma applied. What? She receives direct damage from an enemy who has the stigma that she applies to them. Applies Drunken Fist ability on every attack. When Drunken Fist ability ends, Drunken Fist effect also ends. Does not receive any damage for 3 turns. Applied Drunken Fist duration is reset upon receiving normal attack. Okay, seems pretty legit. So this is her main source of damage, reflective counter. Immune to combat. Becomes immune to combat stigma effect. Counter attacks with additional damage to enemies upon receiving normal attack. Okay, and then this is just regular taunt. So she still has 12 turns of taunt. But the problem is, I mean, let's be real here. Kaylin is waifu and all. But is she better than Bane though? Like, that's the question here. Is she better than... Because I think Bane is already very strong. I think it's really hard to top Bane at this point. Like, it's one of the strongest defender out there. The only way for you to kill Bane is to use Alec or Livia direct damage. Pretty much. Just use direct damage. So is Kaylin better than that? From what I see, she seems really niche. It's like her requirements are almost equally as restrictive. Yeah, I feel like she's not as strong as Bane. I mean, it's not that she's bad because Bane is so good. Like, it's so hard to beat. Like, a defender with debuff immunity, 100% defense, decently high HP. Like, what more do you want, right? So it's just very hard to beat Bane. I just feel a bit sad that they doesn't give her, at least give her like 10k HP. She's like another Glacier. Kaylin survives Ventana. Does it matter though? But what if Ventana is the one that hits? Is the one that's being hit with the stigma? Like, it's a bit of a gamble right there, a little bit. So yeah, she doesn't seem that appealing. You still can't top Lucius, still can't top Bane. Yeah, it's gonna be quite hard. But yeah, we will see. I'm not sure how many players out there will actually build Bane. I mean Kaylin, not Bane. Most players that build Bane already built Bane. So far, based on what I see, I think I'm siding towards Jin. Alright, seems like a niche unit, unfortunately. Let's look at Deka. Deka is gonna be a decent one. Where's Deka? Did they change anything? Removes already applied. Stun. 50%. Let's have a look at plus 12 first. Removes already applied stats enhancement. That doesn't counter Julie though. What will that solve in Novice Arena? Nothing. What does it solve? Sui and Julie is still there. Maybe you can counter Hephasia a little bit. Prohibits. Okay, this one is good. This prohibit is good. you cannot receive one of the Hephasia's, one of her skill. Alright, stun with a bit of incoming damage. Okay, plus 25%. 200%, okay, I'm glad it's higher now. Before this was so bad, it was like 100% or something. It doesn't make sense. Oh ho, he has this skill now. Similar to, who is it similar to? Alec? Okay, this is gonna be good. This additional damage when HP is below 99%. Okay, his damage is gonna be pretty insane. Pretty insane. But doesn't seem like there's a point to go all the way to, let's see, plus 12. This after normal attack. If it's before, it'll be good. Okay, plus 13 seems pretty legit. 125%. This skill is good for the Gate of Chaos bosses as well, because the Gate of Chaos bosses, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, right? They are not immune to attack interference. So if you don't have Lyudmila for some whatever reason, Deka seems like a good substitute right there. But you need to plus 14 him. Even then, it's still less than what Lyudmila can offer, which is about 300% or something. And then you have this, 200%, pretty decent. Okay, alongside with, his damage is gonna be so high, oh my god. His damage is gonna be so high because he has this, 200% and this, 250%, 450%. Yeah, if you can make him crit, that's pretty crazy. I mean, Assault and Rage maybe, and then just boost him with, what's his base stats like? Oh, his base stats is pretty bad, eh? 10% crit rate. 10% crit, unless you are willing to fatal him up, it's gonna be quite hard. So right now, if I were to look at meta, right? If I were to try to look at meta wise, I think Jhin is where the money is at, in my opinion. Second would be maybe Kaylin, and then Gunther number 3. That's just my opinion. Alright, let me know what you guys think. Type in the chat right now. Who do you think is the best out of the 3? Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I will make another video guide on Jhin since I did pull on Jhin, so I will have that video coming up real soon as well. So stay tuned. If you haven't already subscribed, turn on the notifications as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.